Today's video covers nude shorts core. Citadel revealed the AMC squeeze and more in this video. We have big news first. Breaking. Genius Group sued Citadel and Virtu for naked shorting GNS for $250 million. They told retailers it was a plot. Public Corporation is suing over it. We discussed this before the litigation. Multiple Citadel execs left recently, suggesting something is happening. We also understood that Genius Group was suing naked short selling and that they might be related. Of course, Citadel is being sued here. You and Virtu can see. Now Citadel and Virtu expect it. Surprised by these short sellers? No, we know them. They are AMC short sellers too. However, as we have constantly stated, these entities have been naked short selling and lowering our stock prices. More importantly, Roger, Genius Group CEO, has publicly commented on this litigation. He mentioned Citadel and Virtu. The thing I find most intriguing or want to highlight most is what they say regarding Genius Group's practices. According to the class action lawsuit filed today, the defendants participated in a long-standing and extensive manipulative trading scheme using Genius Group stock spoofing. Spoofing is a manipulative and illegal trading activity that involves entering and canceling buy or sell orders without intent. Does that sound familiar? Because AMC experiences that daily. In our videos, we've discussed several additional AMC firms that aren't listed here. Spoofing manipulates prices, as we discussed. He then discusses how defendants frequently entered spoofing transactions to influence Genius stock prices on 98% of trading days throughout the class period. Defendants enter dozens or thousands of such trades every day and cancel them within milliseconds. We know that because it occurs to AMC. Now you see why we've talked about spoofing. You can also observe here that defendants consistently accumulated enormous short positions through off-exchange trading over a few trading days and subsequently inundated market with spoofing trade, causing Genius Group shares to drop significantly. We should now grasp our direction. This case against Citadel and Virtu covers everything we've always discussed as apes. All of APE's spoofing and dark pool utilization has been done with care. We argue the shorts have always manipulated and suppressed AMC's price. We said this lawsuit could be crucial to the case. That's not everything. I encourage you guys to look at this because you can see their approaches. See these videos to understand what they did. However, this is from the CEO's lawsuit standpoint. You can see our off-exchange discussion here. 68% off exchange on dead stock makes sense. We've always asked, why trade AMC if it's dead? Why is the off exchange constantly high? An actual lawsuit shows what's going on. Off exchange does more than this, but you can see how it manipulates stock prices. As you can see, the plot intensifies here. Genius Group to sue Robinhood, Fidelity, and others for removing the buy button. There are institutions shorting Genius Group and brokers aiding them. Roger released a statement again. Schwab's, Fidelity, Vanguard, and Robinhood are his worst offenders. These immediately feature some familiar faces. Before we proceed, I want to thank all the apes for their due diligence in all we discussed, not only in the past year, but from the outset. As for those who have been mocked as making up facts, not knowing the market, or being foolish money, this is true. The Genius Group CEO who sued has said the same things we've always said. We must realize we were always right. Everything was clear to us. This is finally released. This finally lets the regulations assess what's happening. We must know that Citadel and Virtu are market manipulators and securities fraudsters behind internalization deals, self-clearing and hedging their risk with derivatives, misusing Rule 203. We've talked about how Citadel, Virtu, and brokers are working together to rip over retail. This struggle has been difficult since we're fighting both institutions shorting us and brokers who are making it hard for us to buy shares. So, this is happening now. I stated this is crucial, so note what's happening. CEO Adam and Ryan Cohen, you both sued Citadel Securities and Virtu Financial during discovery. You have a case if they manipulate our securities pricing, causing low prices. As mentioned, Genius Group is in a stronger position than AMC and GME, because they have a smaller data sample to collect. We are thrilled that we are pushing action. Not only that, we continue. It's about accepting that nothing is confirmed if this happens. As mentioned, This case has been filed, but nothing has happened yet. However, as Trevor suggests, going into discovery and focusing more on this can reveal what's going on. Please note that AMC and GME have done this for much longer. I want to talk about something Adam Aron hasn't addressed. He indicated he couldn't acquire AMC stocks because he held on to major news. Genius Group case isn't new. They prepared for this long ago. They just submitted today or recently. That could also be a correlation. As with Citadel and this lawsuit, this may be related. We may need something big to counteract these nude shorts. Retailers might regulate naked short sellers today. Due to this, it's no wonder that people are quickly buying as much AMC as possible, especially those most vulnerable to AMC's grip. As mentioned Thursday, UBS acquired almost 4% of the AMC float. Penn Water listed 9.5% ownership yesterday. Now we're looking at how more companies are buying AMC. First, institutional accumulation has increased. We've seen them accelerate that recently. AMC short sellers are also purchasing AMC, as we mentioned earlier. Citadel buys AMC. Goldman Sachs buys AMC. Despite not shorting AMC directly, UBS is sticking on to the short positions they got from Archegos and Credit Suisse. They're also buying AMC. So you can see why we stated everything is starting to connect. We must realize that AMC will experience a major movement if this case is successful, and we can fight back against naked short selling. You should also look at this. AMC created a rare pattern, and today's all-time low makes it clear. Last time AMC accumulated shorts equally against a recovery was 18 months before January 2021. Nearly identical charts. If you like historical data and technical analysis, this is what we're looking at. If you watch my videos, you'll realize I don't only talk about technical analysis. I only utilize prior data if there are other elements involved, which we've discussed. Institutions, short sellers of AMC buying more AMC, and lawsuits are all factors at play right now. So technical data and historical data are important to consider. Another major development is Clear Street's 30 million GME holding with 1 million shares. People are buying AMC and GME. We're in this together, so this shouldn't surprise you. Both AMC and GME should seize opportunities when they see them. People recognize this, so they buy AMC and GME. Remember that the market doesn't follow fundamentals as much as people think. Lots of expensive stocks like Nvidia, Palantir, Netflix, and undervalued stocks like AMC and GME. Institutions are seeking retail counterparties at these pricing. I say this because we can see people are buying AMC. Again, the net flow of AMC shows that there is more capital buying AMC shares than selling them. We still don't see pricing increases. Since we discussed manipulation at the outset of this litigation, you understand why it's not rising. However, recognizing that reveals how undervalued we are and why these institutions, and I want to secretly accumulate as much AMC as possible. We discussed this before. All news articles regarding AMC and GME advise investors to stay away or sell their shares. It doesn't recommend buying. Instead of saying purchase AMC, buy GME, media publications suggest sell AMC, sell GME. However, institutions are secretly accumulating AMC, contrary to these media articles. It's crucial that we leave here. Look at the overall market, another factor, and you can see Wall Street acting fine for a few months. Then the New York Fed calls an emergency meeting, and half the usual suspects start showing stress fractures. They're selling real estate. BNP and UBS are issuing credit warnings. Jane Street is being hit by ETF volatility and more. Another historical similarity between today's disruptor bubble and 1929's climate bubble. We've shown you errors before. We've shown you the 08 and in the past, but you're looking at how the market is going to become overvalued, where multiple institutions could fail if something went wrong with these firms over leverage and overexposure. If that happens, the market goes down. Note that the reverse repo facility has reduced from $2.5 trillion to virtually nil. What does it mean? Now that money is scarce, competition for dollars might raise deficit expenses and hinder growth if rates rise too quickly. Expect volatility. Like we said, reverse repo is going to zero, therefore easy liquidity access is gone. If you think these short sellers will have an easier time shorting AMC because AMC is $2 instead of free, you're wrong. Now it's harder for them to get that money than when they had $2.5 trillion, just $1.56 billion. We can see the Federal Reserve is having an emergency conference with Wall Street bankers on liquidity, and the reverse repo is low. What a coincidence. You must recognize that reverse repo does not indicate industry liquidity. However, reverse repo is zero. Therefore, they can't help if liquidity is a major concern. No wonder equities and cryptos are plummeting since we're seeing the major plunge, as we've discussed. The average last week was 13.8. This week's is 100 minus 100.33%. We've talked about this, and you can watch it rise, but it's drying up. Illiquidity is worsening. That's concerning because of the illiquidity issue, but also because everyone's over-leveraged, overexposed, and massive volatility could signal massive drops in excess liquidity, which could lead to margin call potential. So, you must comprehend the incredibly alarming 2008 versus 2025 credit default swaps, where we're looking at the identical circumstances for AI instead of housing. So, we're not there.